Hello, so today I was going to do a Q&A because I got a comment on a post with some questions, and I thought I'd do a little Q&A. If you have any more questions, put them in the comments, and let's get started. Okay, so the first question is, how old are you? I don't like sharing personal information on other platforms, so I won't be answering that question, but thank you for asking. Next question is, when did you start art? I don't exactly remember when I started art. I obviously just drew silly doodles when I was about 5. I just drew some cats that were just circles and stuff, but I've gone in art since then, and I don't remember exactly when I started, but I think when I probably got as into it as I am now was probably last year or maybe a few years before. The next question is, how do you draw so good? Or how do you draw such amazing drawings, is what it says. To make better art, you just have to, don't set expectations for yourself. Just do your best because that's all you can do. And if the image doesn't come out as you wanted it to, just try again and keep practicing. Using references helps a lot, as I used the reference because I was making fan art. And yeah, that's some tips I have for now, but she has another one where I'll give some more tips. But yeah. And what tips do you have for beginner artists? Kind of not artists, but yeah. So I think my best tip is to just try your best, because that's really possible, and you can't really do much more than that. Don't compare yourself to others. I do that a lot, and it's really frustrating. Compare yourself to what you used to draw and what you were like when you were younger and stuff. Your old drawings. I watch a lot of tutorials, and to figure out your art style, which is what I'm going to talk about a bit, is take info from other YouTubers and artists. I'm not saying steal their art style, but what do you like their art style, and then figure out what you like about their art style. And you can take that as information. I also watch a lot of tutorials. Some artists that I suggest watching, they're really good at art. Sam does art. I don't really know how to pronounce her name. I think it's Parakeet or something. She's really good at art. He's also really good at art. They make really good tips. Sam reacts to tutorials and stuff. Parakeet has a lot of videos. Her shorts are mainly tutorials, and her videos kind of little things about making OCs and stuff, which are some of my favorites because that's mainly what I want help with. But if you want help with the art, then you can watch her videos. You can just search up other tutorials. Another tip I have is break down everything into simple shapes. Instead of just going right into the body and starting with detail, break it down into simple shapes. For a hand that you're drawing, it's a kind of square type shape, and the sun just kind of comes off the side, and I can make a tutorial of some of my drawings later, but base everything off simple shapes. What shape does it look like, and how do you draw that shape? Just draw that and then add detail over it. Another thing I have, a really important stuff about art is finding your art style, like I said before. Finding your art style is really important because it makes you more of an iconic artist. Also, are you into digital art, traditional art, or both? I'm personally into both, but you can be into whichever one you want, and I suggest practicing more on whichever one you're into. Obviously, practice on both because both is going to help with both, but just try your best on both, and don't don't constantly compare yourself to others. In fact, I don't mean constantly. Don't ever compare yourself to others. Use references. It's okay to use references. And don't steal others' art. Don't steal the art style. Don't make AI art. I'm sure you have a lot of potential in yourself to make whatever you want, and art is a really special thing to me, and I think it's something that I want to help a bunch of others on. That I think is really fun to learn. It's really fun if you do make a career out of it. I find it really fun. Obviously, it does come with some challenges, but even if you're not making a career, it's just try your best, and just even if you just scribble some home, or if they're just little doodles on your sketchbook or homework, then start from there and start practicing those little doodles, and maybe they could become something actually good. If people hate on your art, then something you need to understand is that people are entitled to their opinions, and their opinion is none of your business, and it's also not something you should care about. Unless they are complimenting your art, or just, if they're saying something rude, just don't listen to them because they're wrong. Anyways, bye!